From Tri-City Bowl in Avondale, we're here for the finals of the scratch division of the 2012 JBT Desert Open, the 102nd and final title match of the 2011-12 season. And right now it's Oscar Chan in complete control here. He's got spare 3 in a row against Jakob Butturff. This is a single game title match after an absolute marathon of bowling. They bowled 15 games of qualifying, 3 5-game blocks on 3 different patterns, short, medium, long. Top seed Riley Dempsey chose the medium pattern, which is the 2012 Reno pattern for the match play portion. Started his best 3 out of 5. We whittled it down to these 2 competitors here. Brutally low scoring pattern in match play. 150s were winning some games. I think D-Ron won with a 135 game early on in match play, if I remember, and you see one of the reasons why they're so tough. Oscar's trying to play what was the out of bounds, and you still have out of bounds if you miss far enough right. That ball never approached the 5-pin. He's open in the 5th with 106. Jakob will have a chance to strike to get within 2 pins in his 6th frame. Playing for 500 for first, playing for this beautiful glass cactus, playing for a oodle of extra bonuses to the winner that make this tournament really important. If you win, you get the 500 bucks, which is nice. You also get 25 raffle tickets at every tournament you bowl next year. You also get 5 brackets at every tournament you bowl next year. You also get into the quarters of the TPC as long as you qualify next year. So you can literally win thousands of dollars off of this tournament over the course of the season. Right, Oscar's got to right the ship here in the mid frames. Much better shot at the 139, gets him a spare up in the 6th. He leads by 12 right now, but here comes Jakob Butturff, fresh off his TPC championship, fresh off a win in the semifinals over Cameron Smith, and then Riley Dempsey before that. He just keeps beating the big names, and he now is a big name himself. There's no question about that whatsoever. No, underdog, forget that. I'm never calling him that again. But it's a role that he has relished, and he's great at it, and it's going to be a mental change for him to not be the underdog heading into the next season. He was a 0-time champ 1 year ago today. He broke through with that win at Cliff Castle after close calls at the end of the previous season, and really hasn't looked back since then. Great shot, leaves the ring in 7 there. Goes hard and straight at it and covers it up. And will trail by 12 through 6 frames. Defeated Kyle King for that TPC title. Can't beat anybody better than that. Yep. Getting by Cameron and Riley in the late rounds here in the Desert Open. The talented Las Vegan. After a long day, this is nearing 11 hours of bowling right now. He's going to stop and reset. Got open play about 4 lanes off to the left, and they're doing the ramp. So that can be a bit of a visual distraction as well. You're not going to get a reshot out of me for that. You won't get a reshot unless they run over onto the lanes. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. It's only 8 o'clock, Jeff.
Oh, it's only 8? So we haven't even hit 11 hours?
I mean, we started at 8:45 in the morning.
We were scheduled to be done at 6. So
That's not happening.
no, it's probably not. Since that's negative 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Butturff regroups here, shooting in the 7th frame. That unusual release. And that usual result from that unusual release. 10 straight back in the pit on that shot. Trails by 12, but he'll have a strike up, and here's Chan in the 7th. Oscar won his first career JBT title this year, winning at the Overnighter at South Point. That's an impressive win as well. I think he got 400 for that win. He won that at about 6:30 in the morning, so some odd times of day going on here. Right up the out of bounds. Yeah, beautiful shot from Chan there. And that's an option that the players had. You could, most of everybody started around the middle of the lane and drifted farther left until they were extremely far left. The people with rotation were lofting it well over the gutter caps. There gets to be a point where even that's no longer possible, and you have got to try to find something else. The option here is to go up the oilier part of the lane, which is right of the 7 board. Doesn't give you a lot of margin for error, but at least gets some projection through the mids. He loves that one, and he should. Saws out that 10 pin and increases his lead. You know, it's an interesting thing here. Oscar, an excellent bowler in his own right, but that's also the least big name Jacob's had to play in quite a while, which is a weird thing to say, and it's not meant to be detrimental to Oscar at all. But I mean, Jacob's so used to playing Cameron Riley and Kyle in these situations. Like Oscar Chan, it was almost playing Sven Majeski, which would have been the ultimate David and Goliath match. All right, gets that 8-pin to carry, and he's right back in this match. Both bowlers look like they know exactly where they want to put the ball. It's just going to be a matter of execution here in the 9th and 10th frames. Anybody's game with a 12-pin deficit for Butturff. There's an awful lot of talent on this tour. Majeski, by the way, finished in 4th for his highest finish. Cameron Smith was 3rd, losing to Jakob in the semifinals, 222 to 214. Round of 8 losers were Zach Attori, Riley Dempsey, Aaron Fauché, and Eric Hatchett. There's a foursome right there. Huge shot. It's there. It carries. Tough to say when it's 120 degrees out, but that man is cold as ice. He just puts 10 back and just gives the Ushka look to everybody. He is game on right there. Absolutely. 2-pin game, and now can Chan answer back here in his 9th. He's got the lead, so if he can strike in the 9th, 10th, and 11th, it's over. That's a long way from happening, though. Here we go. Whoa, way wide. Wow, he is so lucky not to leave a 2-10 combination right there. I know he wanted the strike, but that could have been much, much worse. Now that he hasn't struck, needs to get this spare. You can't even take spares for granted, not even 2-pins. Ask Austin Thompson. Sorry, buddy, about that. All right, nice job at the 2. So he can now max out for a total of 225. Butturff can still strike out for 234, so the count favor is in Oscar side here. So he doesn't want to, excuse me, I get the hiccups at the worst possible time. Hey, it's been 102 title matches, what can I tell you? Doesn't want to drop more than 2 pins a count in these 2 shots here. Wow, what a great shot in the 10th frame. I tell you what, these are the 24 talented scratch finalists. You saw counts of 6 or less all over the place through all of match play. And I'm talking 5, 4, 3, pick the 7-pin off of a full rack. All kinds of crazy things. Matt had a 2 count. And that it was just beautiful shot making by both bowlers here in the second half of the game. 11th frame, here we go. Tremendously big shot. I like it. He likes it. Wow. If he can fill up 9 or more on this fill ball, that will force Jakob to double in the 10th frame. If he gets 8, that changes the count around, and Jakob would need less than a double. Either way, Butturff's going to have to strike on the first ball. What a performance by a one-time champ. He's got some experience on the other California tour, so he knows what he's doing right here. Uh-oh. Oh boy, really, really lucky to get 9 out of that for 225. An outstanding game. For 224, I beg your pardon. It's still good enough there. Jakob must strike him the first 2 shots to win. Anything less, Oscar wins. It's 2 and 1, so the fill ball's academic. Well, as a scratch bowler, you don't ask for anything less than a chance to double in the 10th to win, and that opportunity presents itself right here. It's got a hold. It does. There it is. I am blown away by the level of shot making both these bowlers are managing to pull off here. Yeah, P.S. that's a urethane ball. That's been his money ball all year long. He just curls it back on that left wrist with the thumb in it and just uncorks. But it's a great ball to be using right now because it smooths out that reaction. You don't get that massive early check and that massive flip. One shot for the Desert Open right here. He doesn't like it. Oh, he gets the Brooklyn! You have got to be kidding. Listen, he will be ecstatic that he's the Desert Open champion, but he's also a scratch bowler, and he knows he caught the break of a lifetime on that shot. He feels bad about it, but listen, there'll be other times where bowlers Brooklyn against you too. It will happen to both sides of the coin, young man. You don't need to feel bad about that. For Oscar, that is a tough, tough pill to swallow. 224, I would have said, go take the trophy and start driving. But instead, it's 230, 2 and a win. The dream summer finishes up in dream fashion for Jakob Butturff, Desert Open champ. It's all right, Jacob. It's okay. Oscar forgives you. Goodness. Great match by two awesome bowlers. We will see you again for season 17.